interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
It's Wednesday. It's 6 p.m. It's the ThinkSoJoE Show! What a rush. Gotta get that Legion of Doom quote in there today. We lost Road Warrior Animal this morning. He's up there with Hawk giving doomsday devices to every motherfucker they see.
I just don't know what to say.
You have no idea what I'm even talking about. See, we turned your mic down now that noise is gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, but there's still noise in the chat because Laura is here for some reason, even though she doesn't like the show. Always in the chat. She doesn't like the show. She's always in the chat.
Hi, Laura.
It doesn't make any sense, but hey, whatever. Anyways, yes, we are here. We got my buddy Nick Landers coming up. Our buddy Nick Landers coming up in the second segment.
Don't take all the credit for Nick Landers.
Nick Landers is the man.
I know.
You said he's legendary.
I did say that.
He does not think he can live up to that moniker.
Well, we'll give him a chance, won't we?
I guess we will. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Laura says no swearing. Fuck that.
Are there children listening?
There shouldn't be children listening. YouTube's like, hey, are you broadcasting for children? And we're like, nope. So, yeah, she's still around, Nick. She's still around. Yeah. Nick's in the chat right now. He's going to be on the show in about half an hour. So
Yeah.
maybe a little longer, song breaks and all that being what they are. But you picked the longest songs this week, or the bands with the longest songs.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm just sitting here
I picked some good music this week.
So, the first song I programmed was Inherent Vice. Mm-hmm. Because it's Inherent Vice, and we got Nick on the show, so we got to play Inherent Vice. So I programmed the second song first.
Right.
So I'm like, all right, well, the next song is Intrepid Travelers. All right, so we'll put that in the first spot. And then I went to go put that in the first spot, but their shortest song is like 5.5 minutes long. So it's like, okay.
They do like that jam thing.
And that's like their shortest by far. Because the next shortest song is like 7.5 minutes. So I'm like, okay, well, in that case, we'll do Voice of Dissent next. There's no way their song's long.
Right.
We'll do them in the first slot. Their song is 7 minutes long.
You're
a punk band.
I listened to it. I thought maybe that was the whole EP in one track. But then I was like, that's awful short for an EP.
Yeah, no, it is one song. It's 7 minutes long. You guys are a punk band.
Have you listened? You did listen to it. It's great.
We've played it on the show before, I think.
Yeah, I think we have.
But yeah, so then I'm like, okay, well, I guess it's up to Kevin Sampson in the night shift. And so I go on Spotify because he's got a link to his EP on Spotify.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm just going to play one of these songs. So I corrected one of the mistakes that I made last week. Because last week I was trying to record a song off Spotify. Mm-hmm. And it's like, it starts playing in the bathroom. And you have to actually, if you go on the Spotify website, you actually have to go and click on to switch back to your browser for it to play in the browser. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do that this time. And I went to do that. And as soon as I did that, there's music playing. And I'm like, the fuck is this music?
I was listening in the bedroom.
And then I realized that you were listening to music on the TV from Spotify. So I'm like, fuck, I guess I can't do, I don't want to take your music away from you. So I put your music back on and put it back on the TV. And I'm just like, all right, well, I guess I'll just, get it off of YouTube then. So it kind of forced what song I got to play. So,
yeah.
Which is still a good song. So I assume I was listening to Queen the whole time I was recording the song.
Yeah, so it didn't really matter that I had music on because I was listening to your music.
Yeah, well, I mean, you do have a volume button on the remote.
I know, but when you just make a war out of turning up.
I wasn't making a war. I put it on the same volume.
No, but I didn't want to make it into a war.
It's on the same volume. It's actually probably lower. I usually have it on 20. I think I have it on 18 or 19.
Wow.
And then if you're sleeping, which, at night, sleeping.
Yeah.
I will put it to 15.
Well, thank you.
Because I'm not a jerk like that to have it cranked up to 20. And 20 is still, I think, only 20% of the volume. So.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. I never turned it up all the way. I just got this a couple of months ago.
Why don't we see how loud
we get? Oh, God damn it. Because this house was built in the 1920s and will fall apart.
It probably will.
Yeah. Anyway, so we are live on Facebook this week.
Yeah.
We somehow didn't get onto Facebook last week, which was weird. Like, we've been on Facebook every week since I talked to Streamlabs about why we weren't getting on Facebook. And so last week we did all the same steps we usually do, and it never went live to air. Oh. And we were talking about that these might be the last few shows that we might be able to do on Facebook because we're playing other people's music.
Right.
And not I lost my train of thought. No, we're creating a listening experience. Welcome to the ThinkSoJoE listening experience if you guys are on the Facebook, because we're not allowed to do that anymore starting next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what Jasmine's all talking about Halloween. Halloween is in the same month that hockey starts, but hockey's not starting until like December or January-ish.
Oh my God.
So I don't know what she's talking about.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep.
She's like, she was yelling at me about it being September, and because I was listening to Christmas music before the show.
Yep.
I legitimately was listening to Christmas music. Karina can verify.
Yep. Masked Intruder.
And I sent Jasmine a picture of the album cover, and she goes, "For fuck's sake, it's September." Like, yeah, it's only 93 days until Christmas. Actually, we asked Google. We said, how many days until Christmas? It said, in Buffalo, there are 93 days until Christmas. Like, okay, where outside of Buffalo is it not 93 days until Christmas?
Maybe in another time zone?
Like maybe in Australia?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, anyway.
Google was getting philosophical with us.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I asked it yesterday what it really, really wanted. Told me it wanted zigga zig ah. Earth, Wind, and Fire. I don't own any Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I used to own some Earth, Wind, and Fire on cassette.
What was I listening to on Monday? Was I listening to anything on Monday? I think, was that when Jasmine was here? Yeah, that was when Jasmine was here.
Yeah.
So I was listening to whatever you were listening to, which was
90s pop.
90s pop. Okay. I did want to talk about this today because this post got some traction on Facebook. I actually posted, I said, that you and Jasmine were listening to the Backstreet Boys. Mm-hmm. And that I wanted to answer some of the questions that were presented in the song. First of all, Karina's Karina wants to play the song Everybody.
It's a catchy tune.
And she says, she asks, hey, Wiretap, play the song Everybody by the Backstreet Boys. And then she says, I think it's by the Backstreet Boys. And I'm just sitting here thinking the whole time, like, what gave you that idea? The fact that the song is actually called Everybody Backstreet's Back, or the fact that they constantly say Backstreet's Back in the song?
You're a dick.
And so I decided, we're listening to this song. I said, I got to answer some of these questions that this gentleman is posing in this song. And he says, am I original? And I said, well, no, because, New Kids on the Block did this like a decade before you did. Yeah. And their bad boy actually, like, was bad and got arrested a bunch of times, Donnie Wahlberg. Oh. Anyway, Donnie Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg was Marky Mark. Anyway, and then the next question is, am I the only one? And it's like, well, no, because you're also competing with NSYNC and then all those lesser, boy bands like LFO and 98 Degrees and I don't know, whoever the fuck else was out at the time. Together was the best boy band. NBA Jam agrees with me, but you guys can't hear it, I don't think. But anyway, Together, yeah, I mean, it goes Together, NSYNC, and then like everybody else. But
what did Together do?
Calculus.
Oh, was that the okay?
Yes, that was the MTV comedy boy band.
You are absolutely right.
Okay, anyway. So, but anyway, and then the other question he says is, am I sexual? And I'm like, dude, that's none of my business.
Yeah.
Like, you do you, dude. Like, you're an adult.
Yeah.
You know, at the time, he was, somebody I think said in my comments that he was like 23 at the time, so he was probably sexual. Like, yeah, okay, probably.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to unplug this other phone here because it keeps popping up. Galaxy Prime 2, select what to choose with this device, and I'm trying to read the comments. Yes, I'm listening to... So, full disclosure, I was listening to Christmas music because it was the first 7-inch in my 7-inch box. I'm like...
It's not the worst thing he could have grabbed, guys.
So I'm like, all right, you know what? I got 15 minutes till the show. I'm going to play an EP. Hey, I'll just grab this first one here. And it happened to be a Masked Intruder Under the Mistletoe.
Yeah.
And then the next one after it is like, they're one of their first EPs or whatever. So I have a shit ton of Masked Intruder, and I'm still sitting here like, I need this other one, but it's like $60 for 4 songs.
Ouch.
And that's my problem. I almost paid that for a Metallica record the other day.
Yeah.
So I have in my wish list the album Beyond Magnetic. It's an EP of songs that didn't make it onto the Death Magnetic album. And I wasn't even thinking about that one when I bought all my Metallica records and was celebrating. Look, I got all the Metallica studio stuff. And somebody's like, well, now you need Beyond Magnetic and you need Lulu and you need... I'm like, I fucking don't need Lulu. Fuck that shit. That's a Lou Reed record, motherfucker. But then it's like, but you're right. I do need Beyond Magnetic. And at the time, there was one for like $60. That's a 4-song EP. $60. I'm like, all right, I really don't want to spend that much on this. And, see if anybody gets it cheaper. And then by the time I decided, you know what, I'm not going to find a better price than that, gone.
Yeah.
So this past week, I'm on Discogs, and I check my messages, and it says, one new item for sale in your want list. It's, Metallica Beyond Magnetic, $60. I'm like, fuck, buying it. And then I hesitated for a second because I'm like, I want to make sure it's coming from a U.S. seller, so I know it's, like, going to ship, like, that they'll ship it, and then I'll actually get it in a reasonable time. And by the time I went back to it was gone. Fuck, why did I go back? I should have just ordered at that price. Like, it's going for $80. I could have saved $20. I don't want to pay $20 a song. You know? Like, it's a good EP, but I own it on CD, so the fuck.
If you really want to listen to it, you can listen to it.
Yeah, it's like this thing's got a CD player in it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Unlike my new laptop that's coming sometime this week.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I got my memory upgrade came today for my new laptop.
Oh.
But my laptop's not here yet. Anyway,
I got this burp sitting right here.
Oh, I hate that.
Yeah, you want to burp me?
So I've had that problem for like the past week where I'm just sitting in the booth and it's like right here and I'm like, come on. Like I'm trying to read, but I'm also trying to not belch into the mic while I'm doing. I mean, not that I don't edit these after I'm done reading, but but yeah. What's a CD player? That's barely a thing anymore.
Yeah, I prefer CDs. I really do.
I don't know.
I'm really bad at file management, so I think having all my music digital just kind of turns into a mess for me.
So I think for me, it's like vinyl.
Yeah.
Digital, cassette, CDs.
Really?
I mean, CDs take up too much room to do the same thing digital does.
Well, that's true.
Like, literally every song I ever bought before I started collecting vinyl is right here.
Yeah.
So, as opposed to a giant shelf full of CDs and the cases that are way too big for the CDs.
Yeah.
I mean, vinyl takes up a lot of room.
Yeah, it does.
But, at least the sleeves are like form-fitting to the thing. They're not like, this thick when the disc is this thick. It's just a couple of pieces of cardboard and,
right.
It fits nicely in a milk crate. And,
yeah. I guess you have a point.
Laura has the complete opposite description of me in the chat right now. She says, I don't listen to music. I'm a movie guy. Movie guy.
What's the last time you sat down and watched a movie?
Not too long ago. I watched, it was...
we watched something together.
Well, just a week and a half ago, I watched Insert Coin. that Midway Arcade Games documentary.
Right. Documentary doesn't count. I'm talking movie.
You're saying documentaries don't count. Okay, I watched Fight Club not too long ago.
You did?
I'm not supposed to talk about it though. Yeah, I do own movies and never watch them. Jasmine's right about that. Mostly, but as longtime listeners know, it's because I'm too damn lazy to go put them in the DVD player. So
it makes me a little crazy.
I wanted to watch UHF the other day, and it's no longer on Amazon Prime. So I'm like, damn it. So I'm like, all right, I gotta watch this. I gotta get, so I gotta buy a copy of this now, so I don't have to get up and put it in the Blu-ray player if I want to watch it.
All the time you spend acquiring a digital copy.
So it takes 2 minutes to buy a digital copy.
But you're sitting there with the remote for more than 2 minutes.
But I don't have to get up.
Oh my God.
I don't have to get up. I don't have to switch the setting on the TV. I don't have to put a disc in the tray. So it's a Blu-ray player, Laura, if you must know. But anyway, so I was trying to do the disc to digital thing. So I grabbed the disc and I grabbed my Vudu app on my phone, and it's like, this disc isn't eligible for disc to digital. Like, fuck. Like, I'm not going to pay more than $5 for a movie I already own. But I don't feel like putting it, and part of the reason I don't want to watch it, I have the DVD, I don't have the Blu-ray. I want the Blu-ray. Because it's got extra bonus features that aren't on the DVD. So part of the reason I don't watch the DVD is because if I fall asleep watching the movie, then that, DVD menu just plays on a constant loop and it annoys you.
Yeah, well, why?
It doesn't bother me.
I don't, there's no winning. There's no winning.
Yeah, I mean, so what I ended up doing was I put on a Tom and Jerry Blu-ray. Like, fuck it, I want to watch something.
And then it went to the menu, and I grabbed the remote and didn't know how to put on anything.
Exactly why it's easier for me to watch a digital movie, because if I'm sleeping and you don't want to bother me, you don't have to figure out how to switch the TV back to
I have to bother you anyways to figure out where the fucking remote is.
It's usually on the shelf right next on the end table
or
right next to me.
Reese has it.
Or the
Reese
cat
has
has
it a lot of the time.
If a button hasn't been pressed and I'm sleeping, it's probably on the shelf next to me.
Yeah.
Because usually, man, this thing's making all kinds of noise tonight.
You're chatty today.
Yeah, we're chatty with NBA hang time tonight. Anyway, I'm sitting here and I turned this on just to have the background image going on the show, but I'm like, man, I really wish I had WrestleFest. Because the main guys you wrestle in WrestleFest, the champions, the guys you can't play as but you have to beat the game, are the Legion of Doom.
Oh.
And with Animal passing away today, it's like, oh man, that would have been perfect to have that on the screen behind me. But I didn't hack this, and I don't plan to hack this, so
yeah,
I don't have WrestleFest on it.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
I saw Mom's listening or watching.
She said hi to Jasmine.
She said hi to Jasmine. She didn't say hi to us.
Nope, she said hi, Jazzy, and that was it.
Well, hi, Mom. Jeez.
Wonder if my mom will come across the show today. She sometimes does.
I know.
She'll pop in on the Facebook, and we're on Facebook today. So
yeah. So Karina's Cookies is back.
Yes.
It's super exciting because I've had something to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing pre-order only.
Right.
Obviously because there's no shows to go sell them at, and
sure.
I guess like I could do a vending experience, like a farmer's market or
sure
craft show or something. But honestly, I don't really want to be around people like that.
I understand that too. We're doing a dining experience on October 17th at Rapids Theater.
I'm very nervous about it, but I do want to go.
You can go get your Living Brain Dead's Bloody Marys. And, incidentally, we'll be there too.
Yeah.
Incidentally.
Hi, Mom.
Yeah.
She said hi.
Laura's telling me to buy a Blu-ray player. I literally said I have a Blu-ray player. Actually, I have two because my Xbox plays Blu-rays.
Oh.
I almost bought an Xbox Series S yesterday because they started pre-orders.
Yeah.
And I went on and I'm like, I had one in my cart and I'm like, I really don't know if I want this or if I want the Series X, which is a couple $100 more, but it has a disc drive. Mm-hmm. So I could take like all these old Xbox games and play it on there. But I can also do that with my Xbox One, which if I get the Xbox Series S or a Series X or whatever, I'll bring the Xbox One in here and just hook it to one of the monitors.
Okay.
But, and then I'll have Blu-ray in here and be able to play my disc-based games. My chair's making noise. Is that your
chair's
pants?
Farting. Oh my God, are my pants farting?
I think that might be your pants because my chair doesn't usually make that much noise.
No, it's my chair against your chair.
Oh, okay.
Let's just not be so close.
Anyway, so I had it in my cart, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to spend the $300. I don't know if I want to upgrade and get the $500 thing. I really don't know what I want to do.
Yeah.
And so I took it out of my cart, and I'm like, I'll think about it. And also like the NHL games aren't coming out for that this year. So why am I going to buy that when I'm still going to be playing my, my Xbox One because I'm going to be playing NHL 21 constantly, like I've been playing Tony Hawk.
I'm not minding you playing Tony Hawk because, like I was telling my mom, like, I'll go from one room to another and it's the same fucking music because we listen to basically the soundtrack for Tony Hawk.
I took out a lot of the, you can actually, turn off some of the tracks. So I went and turned off some of the, newer songs, like the newer hip-hop songs, because it's like, man, this song is obnoxiously repetitive. And then I'll, still skip through all the songs until I find Real Big Fish. And I'm like, yeah, she used to be my girl, but now she's famous. Like, yeah, this is my jam. So back to the story, because Laura's jumping to the logical conclusion in the chat there.
Right.
So I decided against getting it. And then I got a $220, off Fiverr order, so I actually get that money, as soon as I'm done with the job.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why couldn't you have sent me this job last night? Because that would have justified me buying it.
Yeah.
So now I'm thinking of, if I can find one when I get paid for this job, I'm going to buy a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
And that's been another thing. I have found Nintendo Switches, all throughout the pandemic. Mm-hmm. And every time I found one, I'm like, I don't really want this. And I've not jumped on it. I haven't bought it.
Yeah.
And now they've got the Mario, I was telling you, the Mario 3D collection, which has Mario 64 on it, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxies. I'm like, that was my mic stand, if you're wondering.
That sounded like one of those echo chamber microphones.
It does. It's springs.
Yep.
Anyway.
I don't have springs.
No, you got a shit microphone. Not that this is a much better microphone, but microphone
it's just
stand.
A stand. The microphones are the same.
Yeah. You got no shit microphones. Yes, the microphones are amazing, Rode microphones.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored, but anyway, I did co-op one of their Twitter posts yesterday.
Yeah.
Because they posted a picture of the Rodecaster and the Rode mics and the pod mics, and they're like, oh, these are great. And I'm like, so I retweeted it and added the caption hear them in action on the ThinkSoJoE Show tomorrow at 6.
Nice.
On all WNY radio. Because, they're great microphones. It's a great, great board.
Yeah.
And
much better than what you had before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, fuck that Behringer board. Fuck that Behringer board. Somebody bought the same board and posted a picture of it on Facebook, and I'm sitting there typing this comment, and you're like, be nice. So I'm like, all right. So I deleted the comment. I was going to say, enjoy the just over the warranty period that it works for. Because that's how long mine lasted, was just over the warranty period.
Yes, I know.
So, and Scott had a Behringer board too that just died on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like, well, what mixer do you have? And I'm like, Rodecaster Pro, dude. You got to buy a Rodecaster Pro because, you occasionally do radio shows and it's perfect. Mm-hmm. You could do phone calls and you could do Skype and you could do Zoom and you could do, program your sounds and all that other fun shit. You know, this is like, yeah, get the Rode, pay the $600, get the Rodecaster Pro.
It's worth it.
Like I paid like $650 with shipping because I needed it like yesterday when I bought it, you know. And but yeah, but anyway, yeah. So I'm definitely planning to buy a Switch if there is one available when I get paid for this job, because I'm like, all right, I've been sitting on this decision for too long now.
Yeah.
Like buying a new laptop. And that's the other thing is I just spent $700 over the past week just on a new laptop. So,
yeah,
you know, I don't know, which should be here Friday. It hasn't shipped yet.
It could still be here by Friday.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I don't know. I ordered it direct from Dell.
Yeah.
And they said it would be here by this Friday. So it's like, okay, you know, I can wait a week for my, you know, for my 700, 600 and something purchase to get here. And then I spent the extra $100 for the thing, the memory for it. Yeah, Scott radio shows. Anyway, but yeah, so, and Jasmine mentioned Animal Crossing, and Scott had actually, when I mentioned that I might buy a Switch, Scott was like, oh, I've been thinking about buying a Switch, but I don't know if I'd play it enough to justify the expense. And I said, I said, well, you know, that was kind of my problem.
Right.
But I would play the fuck out of Mario 3D Collection, especially Mario 64. I would probably get down on some Animal Crossing, and I would play the shit out of fucking Mario Maker. So I'm like, yeah, I think I can. I think I would get my money's worth.
Right.
Especially because like I could plug it in the monitors in here and play. I could plug it in the TV out there and play. I could just play it on its own screen.
Right.
Like I can sit in bed and play. So I'm with you. You know.
Yeah, that's great.
Nick Lander's calling me money bags in the comments there. Yeah, I see so many people post about Animal Crossing. My kid loves
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah, Bill Nelson points out Nick just got like 18 orange cabs. I saw those pictures. I know. I know. He said, Mom said I didn't get enough citrus.
You guys are great.
But yeah, my daughter plays Animal Crossing and loves
She's
it.
Also
And
16.
my best friend, who is slightly older than me and just turned 30, maybe 40. Either 39 or 40 he just turned, but he plays Animal Crossing. He's always posting he's got, what is it, turnips or bells or whatever. I don't know, what the fuck. But yeah. Bill says Nick lives in an orange cab.
Laura says Joe should buy a Switch for Jazzy.
I ain't got money to be buying other people consoles. See, that's the thing. Most of the stuff I'm buying, though, is stuff I need. I needed a new guitar, and I needed a new laptop.
Yeah, you did.
And
you needed a new laptop so you can have a clearer background so you can be in the Thunderdome.
Oh, God. No, that's not why I bought the laptop. That's not why I bought the laptop, but being in the Thunderdome last week, or this past Monday, was like, you know, maybe if I didn't have all this shit in the background when I'm on the Thunderdome. Anyway.
Yeah.
He's telling him all the cabs he's got, all these orange cabs that he's trying to call me money bags. Anyway, yeah, I got a new guitar and also a new amp. Also, yeah, yeah.
You guys, you know what? I would rather you spend all of the money on guitar stuff and video game stuff than have like a drug habit or something like that.
It's 3 years today since I last like drank outside of like champagne at New Year's.
Right.
So hey.
Not that you were out of control.
No, I wasn't.
Then, but
did I do the thumbs down on? Yes, I did. I was totally in the Thunderdome and like I was so fucking confused, right? Because you've got this whole stupid thing going on. Where, here's these new guys, Retribution, and they're trying to tear down the WWE from the inside, but then the guys that are like defending the WWE against them are also bad guys. Oh. So it's like, wait, okay, so they're about to fight these guys, so I should be cheering them, right? And he's like, how do you feel about the Hurt Business? I see some thumbs down. Tell us how you feel about the, like, wait, I'm supposed to thumbs down these guys? I like these guys. 2, they're fighting the guys that you're supposed to hate. How am I supposed to boo both guys? Like, I gotta root for somebody.
You don't.
Stupid
have
show
to
makes
root
no
for
fucking.
somebody.
Damn show makes no fucking sense. Anyway.
Kind of like this one.
Right.
Are you waiting for Laura to chime in?
No, I am not. I just saw that it is 6:30.
Yeah.
And we are going to play some music. This is going to be Kevin Sampson and the Night Shift. And this song is called How the Hell Did I Forget About You? On All WNY Think So Joe Show. And we'll be back with Nick Landers.
We parted ways. I saw your old best friend at a show. Remember what's her face you used to know? She said you moved away. How long has it been since you spoke my name? And tell me how the hell did I forget about you? You stole my heart so long ago. How can it be true? You made me out to be some typical immature fool. Tell me how the hell did I forget about you? I passed you on the street last week. I wish I hadn't though, it's killing me. Some girl I used to know. How long has it been since you broke my heart? I finally learned to think for myself, and I got over it. I'm doing well. I found a better fit. How long has it been since we fell apart? And tell me how the hell did I forget about you? You stole my heart so long ago. How can it be true? You made me out to be some typical immature fool. Tell me how the hell did I forget about you? Well, it took a little time just to figure out why, but I think I got you picked. You needed someone who could trust, who knew nothing about love. You could crush till he begs, just to make you feel good. Do you feel good? Did I make you feel good? Now do you feel good? And tell me how the hell did I forget about you? Stole my heart so long ago. How can it be true? You made me out to be some typical immature fool. Tell me how the hell did I forget about you? And tell me how the hell did I forget about you? You stole my heart so long ago. How can it be true? You made me out to be
right, Kevin Sampson in the night shift on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show. Let me get this on in the front there so you can see yourself. So anyway, we've got a guest this week. Our guest this week is a young buck who is one of the few all-elite individuals who has taken on the tall and dark order of being a guest co-host on the ThinkSoJoE Show. He's part of my inner circle, and hell, perhaps even one of my best friends. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Mr. Nick Landers.
Yay!
What'd you think of that introduction? You appreciate that?
You planned that out.
I did. It's written right on the screen with the zoom over there. So
Look at you. I can't see. I don't know. I'm so new to technology. There's their chat.
yeah, I don't. So
I don't know. Technology. I'm not used to this.
this is like my third time using Zoom. So
Okay.
we got this whole convoluted setup with what's
So
up.
is this what they see
Oh,
out there?
you know what? That you're right. I need to make sure they see him too. So there it is.
There we go.
There he is. Okay. Anyway, thank you for reminding me.
You had time to do a wardrobe change?
Yeah. I put on this shirt just for you. I thought you would appreciate it. My WWE t-shirt here. Nick is a huge New Japan AEW wrestling fan, and I literally bought this shirt to wear at shows because I'm like, maybe Nick Landers will be there. But then there haven't been any shows, so
Right.
No shows.
no, it's been a while.
We're in the COVID age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even before that, it had been a while since, at least since I've seen you.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
You were working the pizza delivery, right? So that's a lot
Yeah.
of concert hours.
Yeah, weekends and
Yep.
nights, and yeah, I don't do much anything these days.
Are you still delivering pizzas?
Yeah, Friday's my last day there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm gonna be working at Chop Shop in Gasport,
Cool.
getting a little closer to home, and I work 2 days a week at Lockport Music Center.
Oh, cool. Very cool. Lots of memories with Lockport Music Center. You couldn't really you couldn't be a musician in that area and not go there.
Yeah. Ralph passed away, so now his
Yeah.
daughter is running it. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I'm working for.
Cool.
But how the hell have you guys been? Jeez, you haven't seen me. I haven't seen you just as
All
long.
right. Yeah, everything's good, man. We're getting by. We have each other to get through the COVID, isolation. So,
Oh, it's all my fault. My kids blame me for this.
really.
Not really, but I get the brunt of it.
Yeah. Well, it's got to
They
be
miss their
somebody's
friends.
fault.
Yeah, they miss their friends.
I miss my friends too, man.
Yeah.
So you're to blame for this? I can blame you? Like, I'll go to band
Blame me.
practice.
I mean,
Go to band practice tomorrow and be like, guys, I have the explanation. It's all Nick Landers' fault.
Ask my kids, they'll tell you. Oh.
So I've been hoping to see you at shows prior to all of this happening, and you've been kind of taking a mental health break, and that's good on
Yeah.
you, man. Like, you absolutely have to take care of yourself
Yeah.
first.
Yeah, we played our last show back in November of last year,
Yeah.
and we kind of just were stagnant. Like, everybody was busy with the holidays, and Josh got hurt at his job, and then he moved away,
Oh my goodness.
and none of us really knew what to do, so we all kind of just, I don't know, hiatus, call it a day. I don't know what it was, but Bill reached out to the guys, and the guys reached out to me, and they were poking the bear, trying to get me to come back, and they succeeded.
Good.
So we've been practicing with Bill now I've jammed with him twice now, so we got practice next week.
Mhm.
Bill's pretty much almost up to speed with all of our recordings, so he knows all of them pretty much front to back.
That's great.
And we're working on some of the unrecorded B-sides, I guess you want to call it.
Mhm. Cool.
It's amazing how just like, it takes one person to get somebody to come out of self-imposed exile from the music scene, I guess. Because that's what happened to me.
Yeah, I mean, with like needing the money and having to work like my ass off just to help make ends meet around here, it's like I couldn't think about it. I couldn't think about music. I really had to just distance myself from it and focus on my family. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And that's the right thing to do. I mean,
Yeah,
absolutely.
But, you know, being months and months away from it, you start getting that itch again.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it took, you know, I was away from it for, I think, like 10 years before Nick Lucido was like, hey, so you're going to come play guitar for us. I'm like, I'm doing what now? I can't play your songs.
10 years, 10 months, you know, it's
Yeah.
Right.
I think you have been doing it a lot longer than I was at the point where I stopped, so I didn't get the itch as bad as you got it, at least not as soon. So, but then being around all the bands, you know, bands like Inherent Vice and bands like XM Priory and all that, and just kind of like, you know, why am I promoting bands when I play guitar? So, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't get the itch sooner, to be honest.
You know, there were a few bands that, you know, once I first started promoting, and I'm just like, oh man, I wish I was still doing this. And, you know, at the same time, I'm like, nah, I'm good. You know, I haven't played in a while. I don't need to play. And then just doing that XM Priory gig and like, okay, I guess I'm doing this again. And
Yeah, you take the good. I mean, there's a lot of good that comes with it, and then there's a lot of headache that comes with it. But right now, I kind of like this whole stagnant thing where all we can do is just jam, write.
Yeah.
Recording studios are still going, so
Yeah.
it's like this is kind of like what I'm into is the creative side. The creative side versus, I mean, I guess that has what piqued my interest more than the live performance aspect.
Yeah. Well,
Because I just find it hard to get excited over shows when, you know, I mean, try your ass to get people to come out and, you know, you can't.
yeah.
It's just
You get
it's
5 people, and that's a good day.
I mean that's the frustrating part that
Yeah.
you know, try real hard to get, you know, word of mouth, promote, and then it's like, well, we got this pair of people here to see us.
Right. Well, Nick, we've seen you perform a ton,
Yeah.
and it doesn't look like it's hard for you to get excited. You look like you are having the time of your life when you're performing.
Performing, yeah, is fun. It's the whole lead up to it that I don't much care for.
Okay.
If I didn't have to be like, hey, I'm playing a show, come see us.
Yeah.
I
And then,
agree.
you know, and then the next day, what are you guys playing a show? Yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know, but-
you're talking about how happy this guy is on stage. I saw him at Music is Art a few years ago, and his kids were out in the crowd, and that
Yeah.
was the happiest I've ever seen Nick Landers. Happiest.
It's fun, but like it seems so long ago.
It was only a couple of years, but yeah, it does seem like forever ago.
2020 is dragging. I mean, I'm shocked that it's September, but it's dragging.
I mean, it seems like it's going like really fast, but it's still going really slow. Like how is
Twilight Zone, man.
Like,
Twilight Zone.
it doesn't feel like it should be September already, but it also feels like, you know, it should be
needs to be
2023
December.
by now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, things are good here. I mean, I can't complain too much.
Yeah.
We just having everybody in the room together again was fun. I think that's what, you know,
Yeah.
I think that's what we all missed most was hanging out, the group of us.
Yeah. I definitely see the bond that the Living Brain Dead has, and how they miss each other. And like Kevin and Nikki stopped by yesterday, and seeing these boys seeing these boys get together again.
It's like family. It's like your favorite cousin or
Mhm.
something like that. When you're apart, you miss each other dearly, but then when you're together, it's just like, you know,
Rivalries and
it's just, yeah. I mean, having everybody back, it was fun. I mean, we're, you know, drummer number 4 for us.
Yeah.
So. But you know, it's cool. I mean, I've always loved Bill. You know, I always liked watching him when he was in Carpool,
Hell yeah.
and like you said, it only takes one person to drag you out. Like
Yeah.
Gardner's like, hey, Bill Nelson wants to play with us. I'm like, are you shitting me? And then I've reached out to Bill. I'm like, are you sure? Yeah, let's do it.
That's awesome.
I've known Bill for a long time, and you know, I love Bill. He's a great drummer. He's a great friend. So I mean, it's you know, awesome to have him in one of my favorite local bands with one of my other favorite people. You know?
Right.
So that's gonna be fantastic when you guys are finally able to play, and I can hopefully get out and see you.
Right.
He gels with us well too. It's like he's taken a lot of the songs and kind of made them his own, and it's just exciting to see like his take on some of it, because you know, we don't want cookie cutters, like just playing it exactly as it was recorded, as long as what fits, and he seems to get it, you know.
I know how that goes, because when we got our drummer, we're like, oh fuck, this is not gonna be good, and then he blew us away, and we're like, yeah, okay.
They're the hardest ones to keep going, to keep it together. Yeah,
it seems like it's always a drummer problem when bands, you know, don't work out. It's always
you know, you might be onto something. The first person I had to replace in Think So Brain was the drummer. The first person I had to replace in Living Brain Dead was the drummer. So.
Yeah, I mean, they're the backbone.
Right.
They're the backbone. They're the timekeepers. And if they're not keeping time, you're not having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. So you just had an anniversary.
Yeah.
How many years have you guys been married?
14.
Holy shit, dude.
14.
I was expecting you to say like 9 or something, but you probably have a kid that's like 9. How old are your kids?
11, 10, and 6.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, we've been together 18 years.
Holy cow. That's awesome. Good for you guys.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
My one constant.
Yeah.
Bill's in the chat. He said, he said, oh, thanks. I love you guys too. XOXOX. I've known Bill for, quite a while now. He was in Carpool, like the old incarnation of Carpool, and Noah Goki in the Skulls. And and him and I both had fallings out with Noah Goki around the same time. So I was like, hey, Bill.
Understandably so.
But was this similar to my situation, which it wasn't? So, but ridiculous situations either way. But yeah, no. So it's, like I said, it's great that he's able to come in and that he jumped in and volunteered to be a part of Inherent Vice. And I have consistently said every time I've seen you that every time I've seen you has been the best show so far.
Right.
Because you guys constantly improve.
It's true.
I don't know if that's just like your work ethic and you guys are working harder at practice. Like, okay, we fucked this up. We need to fix it next time. Or like, how do you approach shows? Do you like do you like critique yourselves after a show and say, okay, we need to do this better, or no?
we just jam, you know, have our drinkies, and we just go out and do it. We don't really overthink it. We don't. It's just, you know, we fuck around more than anything in the basement, like jamming and whatnot. But like when it comes to performing, I don't think we don't really overthink it at all. We just go out there and just do us. We don't really plan it out, or other than the set list, and then it's just like, all right, let's just go have fun. Awesome. And that's what happens. I mean, I see bands like do, you know, on stage choreography and crap, and it's just like, no, we don't put that much thought into it.
Yeah, we're pretty much the same, where we're just, you know, here's the set list, let's go play. Let's hope we hit our half hour or 45 minutes or whatever our set's supposed to be, because we never do.
Well, that's called punk time.
That is punk time, yeah, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm excited to start writing. It's like Bill just kind of wants to get up to he wants to get up to speed with our whole catalog of stuff, and I'm excited to get to writing personally.
Yeah. So have you guys haven't started writing with Bill yet? You're still just catching up.
Yeah, Bill brought his drums over, and I kind of put him on the spot and played our music over the PA and plugged my guitar in. I'm like, all right, let's go. Let's see what you know.
Oh.
And we played everything right in a row, and he did awesome. And it's been, I think, 2 weeks since we practiced last, because Bill does he's on like a swing shift, so we can't seem to make it work every week, but we're trying to do this every other week thing.
That's cool.
Yeah. And we all jammed as a band the other day, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And next week Wednesday we're practicing.
Are you practicing before or after the show?
I don't know what time we're practicing. Probably during.
That's okay. You can catch up with us.
Yeah, we're on
later.
demand. You can watch it on YouTube after.
How often have I listened live?
I know this is true. This is true. He's often listened the next morning
Right.
and gets it on. Gets the podcast. And now we're. Have you been watching or have you been listening?
No, not recently.
No, not recently. Okay, so this is his first time watching, I think. Probably.
Well, I was looking at it, and I'm like, YouTube streaming? What's he talking about YouTube streaming? I thought I was just going to be, and then I did some backtracking. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, we started this
They're
last
like
Christmas.
Yeah.
We started last Christmas. It was just like, we were recording video we were going to do Patreon and be like, oh, if you guys want to pay us, $5 a month or whatever, we'll send you video of the show or whatever. And then we're just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just give them a free one for Christmas. And then the week after, we're like, fuck it. Let's keep giving them free ones.
Yeah.
And so we got all
did Laura send you an invoice or something? I got a Jim Ross shirt on.
Do you? Okay.
But you watch a different show Wednesday night, so you probably didn't see that.
So I watch both shows at once, so I barely hear the commentary. Like I get a little bit of each, but not the full experience, and I kind of have to. Like it's like I get paid to talk about wrestling, so
It's true.
This was pre-pandemic.
Oh.
Okay.
That seems like so long ago, doesn't it?
Yeah. Dustin Rhodes threw Jake Hager into a Dippin' Dots stand out in like the concourse in the arena, and Jim Ross was not the damn Dippin' Dots. I lost my shit.
I miss out on a lot of the commentary because I am watching usually both NXT and AEW, and now with the hockey playoffs going on, I'm watching three things at once. I'm like, all right. Wait,
hockey playoffs in September, isn't that freaking weird?
I know, right? It's I was just joking with Karina because Jasmine is always like, oh, it's spooky season, it's Halloween season, and I'm always just like, it's Christmas time, and which was why I did the joke with the Christmas album before the show, which we actually did.
Hockey's supposed to be starting like in a couple like 2 weeks. It should be the beginning of the season.
That was the joke, is like, Halloween's usually the same month hockey starts, but like hockey's probably not going to start till like December or January at this point. So, but it's still nice to, have hockey in September, and
Yeah.
even if it is Dallas and Tampa Bay.
Not interested.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been watching since the playoffs started. So I kind of have been watching Dallas, and like Dallas is going to win the cup. And
I'm still salty with Dallas for 21 years. So it's not.
I mean, and normally I would be too, but after watching them like just come back and then trounce the Vancouver Canucks, it's just like, oh shit, this team's for real. They might actually win a cup this year instead of asterisks next to it.
Yeah, I've been excited about football being back, and with my team doing well thus far. I mean, it just makes it exciting.
I was excited about football being back until like 7 of my players ended up hurt. So,
What's your team, Nick?
Buffalo.
Yeah, Nick's a Bills fan.
Oh, right, because of the Buffalo Bill glass. Yeah, that makes sense.
Nick's a Bills fan.
Yeah.
Which is great because the AFC East is playing the NFC West this season. So That's gonna be a fun week for me if my players are healthy by then.
Right.
It sucks thus far because I've worked at Domino's both Sundays and I've only been able to listen to the games on the radio.
It's just not the same.
I get to watch this weekend though.
Cool.
I don't have work until 4 on Sunday, so I get to watch it this weekend.
My problem has been if the Bills game is on, they won't show any other football games, and that's like an NFL like bylaw. Like if the local team is playing, none of the other games are on at the same time. So with the Niners having the 1:00 start on Sunday this past week, it's like, okay, like the game's supposed to be on Fox, but Fox is showing a movie. I guess I'm gonna steal this game now.
I was gonna say you're internet savvy. You'd be able to find it, right?
I know exactly where to go to get those. I've been stealing Niners. So because NFL rules are stupid. If you don't know the NFL rules, right? So if there's a local game on, like your local team that's in your market, they can't show any other games. They can only show that game. So the best way to be an out-of-town fan is to get an NFL Sunday ticket, but the only way to get an NFL Sunday ticket is if you're a DirecTV subscriber. And I owe DirecTV like $700, so
Ouch.
yeah, I can't get Sunday ticket either. So it's like, okay, I guess I'll find a different way to watch this because the NFL's rules suck.
Isn't there a streaming source for it?
Yeah, I mean, you just...
or is it that's through DirecTV?
Yeah, that's through DirecTV. That's the problem. So
they're like, no, Joe, no, you're not watching.
Yeah, so it's just like, you know what, I'm not going to... It's ridiculous that they did exclusivity deals with, like, EA Sports and with DirecTV, and just, like, the NFL's ruining football, man. It's not the players.
We don't have TV anymore. We don't even have, like, streaming TV.
Oh.
So, like,
Okay.
we do we have the CBS All Access, so we can watch Bills games on that.
Okay.
And my parents gave me their DirecTV stuff so I can get the TNT app so I can watch AW on Wednesdays. And so I got their Spectrum app so I can watch Sabres games when they start on MSG.
Nice.
Cool.
Did you watch this morning at 12:30 there was AEW wrestling on?
That was after the basketball game last night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it today.
I didn't even know it was on until I was like in between jobs, and I'm like, wait, what do you mean AEW Dynamite on live right now? Like that's not on for another,
Yeah, they
20
recorded.
hours.
They recorded that I think 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks
Okay.
ago they recorded, and it was supposed to play like with TNT. Something like if the basketball series would have ended, they would have played a special that night. But I don't know, it got kind of bounced around.
Was that the deal with like last week? If the basketball went to Game 6, AEW would have been on Thursday, and they would have shown that. Is
Yeah.
that what okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. No. I just was like, okay.
Because like
wrestling's on, I
Dynamite
guess.
was on Saturday night a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I watched that.
Because of
Actually,
basketball.
watched that on my projector because I had the projector set up the same week as NXT Takeover and SummerSlam. So I set up my projector for that. I'm like, well, I guess I'll just watch Dynamite on this too.
Bro, I gave up on Vince like 2 years ago.
I don't know why I don't, but I think part of it is, like I said, I get paid to read wrestling news, so kind of like to know what's going on and be able to correct them if they're wrong.
You're a creature of habit, right?
I guess a little bit. I mean, and what's weird is like early on when AEW was like first starting, NXT had the consistently better show in my opinion. But it's turned around. I think AEW's probably one of the best wrestling programs out there right now.
I'm consistently entertained. I'm consistently entertained.
Oh, it's good. It's a great show. And you find out which is the better show real easily if you're watching both. Like
I
right
don't
side by
watch
side.
both. I haven't watched a Monday Night Raw. I couldn't tell you the last time I watched a Monday Night Raw.
You didn't miss anything this Monday. I kind of told a little bit about it in the previous segment, but
and I think I watched like one episode of NXT once they made the switch to regular TV. Once they made the switch to regular TV, I'm like done. That was just a spite move to try to freaking rival AEW and take viewers away.
and they failed miserably. So
Because we have the demo god.
I guess I'm just happy that you got the best tag team as the tag team champions in the best tag team division over there in AEW.
Are you a Cornette guy?
No, I'm not. I'm an FTR guy.
They're awesome.
I have interviewed Jim Cornette, and I thought he was really cool to interview. But I see some of the shit he says, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Such a prick. He's such a prick.
Yeah. Anyway, Laura is in the chat. She is yelling at us that it is time for music. She is correct. So,
well, Nick, anything else you want to let us know about Inherent Vice and what you guys are up to? And I don't know.
Let's see. We're still in COVID age, so we're just jamming and hopefully start writing soon so we can get in the studio.
Yeah.
Well, I know we like going to Doug White, but I think he's pretty much booked up through the rest of the year. So
Yeah.
hopefully hit the studio in 2021. Maybe legal shows will be happening by then.
Oh God, hopefully.
won't have to disguise them as dinner parties like the one on October 17th at Rapids Theater. Anyway.
And there's like a hot dog party or something that I heard.
I don't know nothing about the hot dog party. I know the dinner party on October 17th.
Some hot dog party with Tokyo Monsters.
Okay.
Oh,
I didn't know about that one. Yeah.
We'll have to
Drinks
look
and
into
hot dogs? I don't know.
We'll have to look into that.
All right. Nick, we appreciate you coming on to talk about what's going on with Inherent Vice and talk about little chat about AEW versus WWE, because we haven't really talked much about that over the since everything started back in October.
I work 6 days a week. I don't have time for much anything, but it's nice seeing you guys. It's been a long time.
Absolutely. We'll catch up with you soon, hopefully.
Yeah.
All right, good one.
Yeah, take care, man. Thank you very much.
Bye.
How do I get to the other scene? There it is. All right. Nick Landers, everybody. He very happy to have him on the show and get to talk to him for a little bit. It is music time. Laura's gone dead. She can't hear music.
Oh,
deaf.
dear.
She can't hear music. Okay. This is Inherent Vice, and this song is called Reminders on All WNY.
Right.
Think So Joe Show.
So invincible.
Inherent Vice on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Fuck
Song was
yeah.
called Remember. Not Reminders. I said Reminders because that's what I got written down here because that's what
'Cause
Karina
that's
had
what I
written
wrote
down on
down.
her sheet.
Sorry, guys.
So, anyways, so I got the email during the song break that my laptop is delayed until October 26th.
Oh, dear.
So now it's like you have to approve this new delivery date or your order will be canceled. So now I'm like, do I cancel the order and just buy something else or do I wait a month? And I don't want to wait a month.
I don't wanna.
I spent $700 on this fucking thing. I don't want to wait a month. I've got fucking RAM upgrade already ready for it, so I got to find a laptop that takes the same RAM. But, I mean, this is like, why tell me shipping by next Friday if you're not going to have it until, 6 Fridays from now, or whatever the case is. But anyway, yeah. It was nice to chat with Nick Landers. We haven't had a real chance to sit down and talk with him since, quite a while ago. And
When do you think is the last time we saw Nick?
probably that November show.
Where was that at?
I was if that was the one at Evening Star,
Okay.
that might have been the last time I saw Nick. Laura's wishing you a happy 8-week late birthday.
Oh, thank you, Laura.
Hopes you had a great day.
It was fabulous.
Yeah. Jasmine's telling me to cancel it in the comments. I'm gonna have the laptop.
The laptop.
Like I'm gonna have to, right?
I don't know.
I don't know. That's a decision I gotta make. Maybe I'll.
That's all you. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. That's a decision.
July of last year.
Have to make.
July of last year, Nick says we last saw him.
Oh wow.
It was XM's first show with their guitar player Tom.
Oh my gosh.
Because you got sick, and I was like, well, I'm
I
going
remember
home.
that
Yeah.
show. I remember that show. I remember that I got really sick to my stomach, and I was like, I'm gonna leave or I'm gonna throw up.
Yeah, you got sick, and I was like, well, I'm going home with you. I would have, mostly because I'm like, if you're not here, what am I doing here?
Aw.
I mean, I did want to see XM Priory, but at the same time, it's like, fuck, I got work to do.
Yeah, and
And you
there's
guys were
really
like
no
partly,
point,
you guys were kind of my ride.
Yeah. There's no point getting an Uber from Niagara Falls to South Buffalo.
Right.
I mean, there is a point. It's just really expensive point.
Laura says I can buy a used Windows 95 laptop for nothing.
Shit, we can go to the junkyard and get some
It's just,
Public Works.
I mean, I've got a used Windows Vista laptop laying around somewhere.
Is that that one?
It's not that one. That one's got Windows 10.
Which one's better?
Windows 10.
Oh, well, don't act like I'm supposed to know. I haven't owned a computer since college.
You have a computer in there. It's got Windows 10 on it.
It's not mine.
Jasmine wants you to talk about your outfit.
Why do you always want me to talk about my outfit?
Because you always look fantastic on this show.
The only thing that matters is that I'm wearing my battle vest.
She's also wearing gold pants.
Oh my God, you're right. Today, the pants matter. Here. Here. See the pants.
I went to go put my Sabres jersey in the closet. And you're like, oh, are you wearing that? I'm like, no, I'm putting it away. And you're like, oh, because we were gonna match if you would have worn it, which we kind of
Yeah.
do, because there is like this is
It's
a
not
gold-ish
this gold,
color.
though.
No, and it's not a shiny gold like on the actual AEW t-shirts, but but I was already like, no, I'm wearing my WWE AEW style t-shirt so I can just mess with Nick, because I knew Nick would get a kick out of it.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, so and then I ultimately decided like I got to wear this Legion of Doom t-shirt instead,
Right.
because whatever,
Yeah.
but, I should wear Kareem. No,
Oh my God, Joe, you should just wear my pants.
no,
Yes.
no, not happening.
I would risk ruining these pants to see you wear them.
I wore like sweatpants to a show for Halloween a couple of years ago, and that was uncomfortable. So I'm not even. No. I was like super uncomfortable. I'm like, man, I wish I was wearing like regular fucking jeans or something right now.
Yeah.
Like I'm not. Why am I wearing sweatpants? It's because I was dressed like Mick Foley. Nick was there actually. Nick got a picture of me giving Grant from Dreadnecks the mandible claw with Mr. Sacco.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course he did.
It was after I took a stone cold stunner on the Evening Star floor.
Sounds like a good night.
Always is a good night when the Dreadnecks are involved.
I know. I know.
Yeah.
And everyone leaves covered in confetti.
Yeah, there's no more confetti in here, guys.
No, you know
not
why?
on the desk,
Because
and not in the envelope, because I spilled orange juice everywhere.
he got pissed off in a glass of orange juice.
I went to go pick it up, and when I went to go set it down, it was sticky, and it stuck to my finger, and it got knocked over, and I'm like, fucking hell. So I picked it up, and then I brought
Fucking
and
threw it.
it was the second day in a row I dropped a glass of orange juice. Or a cup of orange juice anyway. I would have been even more pissed if it was a glass of orange juice, because that would have sucked. So I grabbed the, I took the cup, brought it in the kitchen, whipped it at the sink. And I was like, fuck, this is like 2 days in a row I spilled it like all over the top of the desk where the, expensive bullshit is on the desk.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oops.
He didn't quite pull an Allison, Jasmine.
No.
An Allison is where you knock over a bubbly beverage.
A carbonated beverage.
You knock it over so that it goes flat. And yeah, she's a brat.
Nick noticed your drink.
Excuse me.
He noticed your cup.
Yeah, you like that?
So that just shows that he hasn't been listening or watching.
I know.
So Nick, the cup is, I went to a game in Toronto in December and I bought, souvenir drink. Cause I'm like, all right, souvenir drinks. I already have a souvenir Columbus Blue Jackets cup. I might as well get a Toronto Maple Leafs cup. And I didn't realize how fucking nice these Toronto Maple Leafs cups were going to be.
They're
It is
nice.
an actual,
It's like a travel coffee mug.
Exactly. So, and I brought it home, and, I just thought it was going to go, on my shelf with my Blue Jackets one or something.
He wasn't quick enough.
And Karina commandeered it as a beverage cup, so...
You don't want it in your collection now because the paint's chipping and shit.
Yeah, I'll have to go to another game when we're allowed.
Yeah.
Another game in Toronto, because I gotta give the Maple Leafs fans credit. They were very, very nice.
Yeah.
You think
they're mostly Canadian.
Well, you think big rivalry like that though, and
they're Canadians. They're polite about it.
but I think a lot of the people like in my section were just there to socialize.
Yeah.
Like they weren't there for hockey. They were there like they paid a little attention to the game. They knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. But for the most part, I think they were just there to hang out with each other.
That's cool.
And which is probably why the Maple Leafs had to have like staff go around and try and pump up the crowd and be like, okay, come on guys, let's go Leafs, go Leafs, go. Like we don't have to do that in Buffalo. We're just loud as fuck anyway.
No, everyone's got beer.
And then like when I went to Columbus, they didn't do that. Like it was just like, oh hey, yeah, let's get pumped up for the Blue Jackets, even though they're losing 4-0. But everybody was real nice at that, And then even afterwards, everybody was real nice. And even at the I went to the Hockey Hall of Fame and I was doing the shooting thing, and this guy was like, like this is what's gonna happen to your goalie tonight, dude. And this guy's like, oh, I didn't even see your jersey. Hey, well, good luck to your team tonight. Like, oh, hey, okay, sure. Yeah, no, I mean, they were real nice there, and I was pleasantly surprised. I mean, not that I should be surprised that Canadians were nice.
Right, they're just a politer.
Remember that time I fell down a row of seats? Yes.
Oh my god.
So I didn't want to bother the people sitting, because there was like 2 people at the end of the aisle, and I don't want to bother 2 people. You know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it, I'll just step over, and I stepped over, and I like tripped, and I just went poof, right in front of Jasmine, right next to Jasmine actually, and Jasmine texted you like, Joe just fell, he's dead, or something like that. Yeah.
Lexi made it to Manchester.
Yeah, she's there.
She's there safe. She didn't get stuck in customs or.
No, she's there. She's getting settled in now. No, I think Eric Stahl will be a great leader for the team, and I hope, maybe it's the start of, let's get some people in here that can get these kids in line and get them focused on playing hockey. Yes, I went down 3 rows. I was laying across 3 rows. So I think I went on Facebook, and I'm like, if anybody's watching the Sabres game, Or no, I said, like, if anybody sees a viral video of a guy tripping at the Sabres game and going across 3 rows, that was me. just so you know. I actually had just met the organist.
Oh yeah.
After years of us going back and forth on Twitter, I'm like, I bought tickets for that section specifically, and then I trip over the fucking thing, and I'm just like, oh.
Do you think he was watching?
Maybe, I don't know, probably not.
What if he was?
I would hope he would tweet me and be like, dude, I just saw your ass fall down these 3 rows. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was just like I didn't want to bother 2 people. I'm just like, if it was like a row full of people, like, yeah, that's one thing. But like 2 people, all right, I could just step right over.
Yeah.
And then I don't normally trip across the seats.
Did your shoe get stuck? What happened?
Yeah, I think that's exactly what happened. Actually, I think I got stuck, and I think that's how I fell. And I'm just like, and I'm like, I'm glad there was nobody.
That shit doesn't happen when I go to games with him.
Glad there was nobody in front of me.
Oh my god, that would have been epic.
Yeah. I'm glad there was nobody in front of me. I'm like, and I'm also kind of glad that nobody got video and it didn't go viral. So yeah.
Jasmine's always got her camera out, so you're lucky.
Yeah. She was concerned about my well-being, I think, as she was texting you to tell you that I was dead.
She was concerned about your well-being.
So Nick questions your Toronto Maple Leafs cup, but doesn't question the Philadelphia Flyers thumbnail for the show.
Right.
Which has been an ongoing thing with all the different teams. I'm running out of easy teams to do.
Yeah.
Now it's just like I have to actually put some thought into these.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even happy with how this one turned out, but it's like, fuck it, I don't give a fuck. It's the Flyers. I was gonna put a little a little picture of Gritty.
Oh, I love Gritty
popping up in the thing, but I'm like, I don't know if I could I'd get away with that. Like,
Nick, I love Gritty. Deal with it.
He wasn't happy about the. I mean, it could have been worse. It could have been last week when we had the Penguins one, or a few weeks ago when we had the Bruins. Like, there's all these teams that are like, okay, I can come up with something for them, but I fucking hate them.
Yeah.
And we're in that group now of the Flyers and the Penguins, and it's just like, all right, fine. And we didn't even do the Sabres until a couple of weeks ago because we were doing Buffalo Sabres. So we should have done the District 5 Mighty Ducks. Yeah. One of the earlier ones we did do was the Ducks, and I got some high praise from a fellow board hockey fan for the way that I adapted it into the all WNY logo, because I used the stick tape from the sticks on the actual Anaheim Ducks logo, Mighty Ducks of Anaheim logo, around, I think, like the headphones of the earpieces of the headphones.
Yeah.
But we've been doing this quite a while now. I think there's maybe like 10, 11 teams left that we still need to do. And they're the ones with the fancier ass logos, like the Senators and the it was G actually. But I think like the Senators, like the Panthers are going to be like, I think the next one might be Vancouver, because I'm like, I have an idea how to do Vancouver. And then there's
Vancouver.
Vancouver's is inexplicably a C with an orca.
What's the team name?
The Canucks. Well, I guess the C makes sense because it's Canucks. The orca makes sense because the team was owned by Orca Entertainment. Why they didn't change it back, I don't know. To like the stick and rink or whatever the fuck they used to use, but Johnny Canuck and all that bullshit. But
An orca, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, now it's getting into the, like, I think Detroit might be an easy one to do, just because I could just stick the wings on the actual all WNY logo and be done with it.
Okay.
Which was basically what I did with the Blackhawks logo. When I did that, I did the feathers coming off the headphones.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just been a thing that we've been doing. Like, just, I was like, I miss hockey. And it was way before the playoffs started. So I'm like, I miss hockey. I want to do something. So I did a Montreal Canadiens inspired one, was the first one. And we didn't do Buffalo until a few weeks, like a month or two ago, when they announced the new Royal Blue jerseys. Mm-hmm. So that was, You know, like, okay, well, now we got to do one in royal blue in honor of the Sabres going royal blue.
Yeah.
And we did I did the headphones as like the hilts of the Sabres.
Oh, yeah.
Which I thought was cool. So, yeah, just a little graphic design thing here. What do you need a minute with ThinkSoJoE Show? ThinkSoJoE for? You got 120 minutes with ThinkSoJoE every Wednesday. Isn't that enough? I was going to help out with a wrestling podcast, but they ended up figuring it out, like, with my help.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, like, because they're like, oh, you know, can you help us? Can you record for us? And I'm like, how are you doing this interview? He's like, Zoom. You do know you can just record Zoom, right? Like, straight from Zoom? It's built in? So, hey, there's Kevin.
Kevin, you missed everything.
Yeah, you missed Nick Landers. You missed me explaining away the Toronto Maple Leafs cup Karina is drinking out of.
We didn't really talk about the cats yet. You didn't miss that.
No, we didn't. Just Reese's been obnoxious. And
Reese thinks that she is the woman of the house. And she has a problem with me.
Yeah.
And she has a problem with, like, me being affectionate to Joe.
I sent you some nice pictures of the cats this morning.
Oh my gosh, the babies.
Yeah.
Squirrel and Sylvie and Gibson. Gibson's been super sweet lately. He's been like, every time you pet one of the boys, he comes and like intercepts. He's like, no, you're going to pet me. I need the pets.
I need to plan out when I'm going to try and show pictures on the show, because then I can just program them in and just hit a button and have them come up instead of being like, hey, look at this picture of my cats that you
really
can't see.
Oh, you can. There you go.
With her little tongue sticking out, you can't see it. I'll put it on the ThinkSoJoE Facebook after the show. But yeah,
cool.
Anyway, yeah. So yeah. You know what you missed, Kevin, is my laptop is not getting here until a month from now.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of pissed off about it. So
Yep.
now that I'm like on the air, I can't do shit about it right now. So it's like, all right, I guess I'll worry about this while I'm watching 2 wrestling shows and a hockey game.
Yep. I'll be making hamburger helper or something.
Cool.
Yeah.
I finished off that lasagna hamburger helper we had the other day. I
saw.
finished it off that night. I took the little container you had it in. It was like in one of them taller containers, like you would get like cotton candy in or whatever. And I just like, I tipped it over. I'm just like,
yeah.
And the whole thing just comes out like a sandcastle,
Yep.
like with the bucket and the
Like a
sandcastle.
sandcastle.
So I'm like, fuck, now I gotta like mash it up.
Yep, you do. You gotta take a fork to it.
Can't just put it in the fucking microwave like this. It won't cook properly. Yeah, Joe World problems. Exactly. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We talked about seeing you yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We mentioned that.
We mentioned that we saw Kevin yesterday and Nikki, and
they came over for cookies.
It was fun to see them because I haven't really seen Kevin much
Since March.
Since March. You know, I've been to his house at least once, like just on the porch, him and Brian standing there all wearing masks.
Yeah.
And so this was like the first time since the pandemic, like, you know, really that we've gotten to hang out. So
It was really nice to see them. My hamburger helper is good. I don't follow the instructions. That's what I do. I wing it with the milk and the water and the thyme.
See, my hamburger helper is really good. You know what my strategy is with hamburger helper?
You follow the instructions.
I let you cook it.
Fuck you.
Anyway, yes. So, yeah, I have definitely seen Kevin since the last time I saw my drummer John.
Right.
Prior to yesterday, and I'm finally gonna see John tomorrow, and I've got all this shit for him that I still need to get money from him for. So.
Oh shit.
So, okay, John, I brought all this stuff that you know. Now you owe me like $100, dude.
Oh shit.
So, you know, I mean, I think he knows he owes me money, but if he doesn't, I'm sorry for calling you out publicly on the podcast. Anyway, I'm not calling him out. I'm just, you know, gonna go there and be like, here's the stuff. Pay me when you got it. It's just been my
Right.
approach with John, just like, you know, whatever, dude. You know,
Yeah,
I got it. If you don't worry about it.
We
Get
all
it to me when you
know
can, you know.
that you have your new vinyls and your Switch coming and
New laptop.
your new laptop coming, so it's not a big deal.
No.
Not right now, anyway.
Oh,
yeah, Jasmine's birthday is like... I told her I wouldn't remember the day. But I know it's in the next couple days.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at remembering birthdays. I know yours because I have to remember it every time I go to the pharmacy. And I know Turtles because I forgot it once. And it was more of I lost track of the time and I didn't know it was what day it was.
Yeah.
So I knew it was Turtles. I know Madison's, but I confuse it all the time. I get like the year and the day mixed up.
Well, because
sometimes.
they're like sequential numbers.
Yeah, I mean they're basically. So, but I mean like now I know it. You know, like yes, I remember when JT's birthday is, but that's only because it's the same day as mine. So yeah.
So you remember yours then?
I remember mine.
Okay.
So my friend John, the only reason I ever remember his birthday is because he will remind me several times before his birthday.
That's cute.
You know, just drop hints like, oh yeah, you know, I'm turning 40 next month, Joe. But yeah, so.
Jasmine, it's like every day is your birthday because you're so special to us that we just want to spoil you.
Exactly.
So, you know, I don't need a birthday to love you, Jasmine. I love you and spoil you every day.
Yep.
I will make you hamburger helper whenever you're hungry.
Maybe we order pizza tonight and save the hamburger helper for Friday.
Jasmine. Maybe we do.
I'm good with either one. I don't
Maybe
know.
we order pizza tonight and Friday.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We would get just pizza. Was that what you were ordering for a
With
little while
the
there?
barbecue crust?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that was
good
just
shit.
pizza.
Hi, Braden.
Oh, Braden, what's going on, dude?
We'll try and pull back on the language a little bit for you. Yeah.
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 So,
Facebook will remind me when it's Jasmine's birthday.
yeah, we can look it up. Just not right now because
Today is people I don't know's birthday. No, I know that, dude. Anyway.
as long as it's not today, as long as we didn't miss it like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't miss it because usually right after midnight I'm on Facebook and it's like, oh, hey, whose birthday is it today?
Yeah.
So, you know.
Next week, a special episode of the ThinkSoJoE Show. It should be all about Jazzy. It's already all about Jazzy.
It is. Oh, he left. We can curse again.
I really liked it when Braden was here.
Because we couldn't curse?
No, just fuck.
Yeah. Okay. Well, now you can drop as many F-bombs as you want.
Fuck.
Anyway.
Those are my F-bombs, guys.
Yeah, apparently so.
My pants are awesome.
She's kicking me, guys.
I'm kicking him.
She's kicking me. She's kicking the desk.
I'm kicking everything.
Yeah, she's
It's not me, it's the pants.
kung fu fighting. She's just, next thing you know, Chuck Norris is gonna be hiring her on Cameo. Anyway,
That's right.
he liked my NBA Jam. Nice, cool. Yes, Laura is correct. It is music time.
Ooh, what do we got now?
Music time. It is music time, and we have Intrepid Travelers.
Ooh.
And this song is called Funnel on all WNY, the ThinkSoJoE Show.
We're sailing on the water, and the mist is soaking our skin. It's like a blanket in the air, and you're wrapped up within. You're free, not the rhythm, and rolling with all the waves. It's like a fire in the sea, can't be put out for days. Crickets are so very loud. Fireflies paint a picture frame. It all seems so very small when up against the grain. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Catch the right wave, it just might take you where you wanna be. I'm flying through the valley like a sparrow looking below, just surfing on the wind wherever it seems to go. Their voices paint a picture of a setting not hard to find. You can hang it how you like in the attic of my mind. The crickets are so very loud. Fireflies paint a picture frame. It all seems so very small when up against the grain. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Catch the right wave, it just might take you where you wanna be. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Sunny day with water, and it funnels down the stream. Guess the right wave, it just might take you where you wanna be, where you wanna be, where you wanna be, where you wanna be, oh, where you wanna be, oh, where you wanna be.
Intrepid Travelers on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show, song called Funnel.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw them once.
Did you?
I know I've told the story.
You probably have the last time we played them.
Mom, plug your ears.
Oh boy.
I was on a lot of mushrooms.
Like your mom doesn't know you did that.
Well, she doesn't need to be reminded. It's not the worst thing I could be doing. Come on. But yeah, Mom, you can unplug your ears. So I don't really remember seeing them or if it was them that I saw. But I know that they were there at that show. And I kind of really wish that I could remember it because I really like their music. I don't know. When shows start again, I kind of catch them again.
Sure.
You know?
I like that this meme is like, what are we going to do tonight, Brain? Same thing we do every night. Pinky, listen to heavy fucking metal, but Brain is obviously wearing a Suicidal Tendencies hat.
That is funny.
Like, that's a punk rock band, guys.
Well.
Anyway.
Hey, my earmuffs.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I'm bringing it back to the cookies.
okay.
So I made some stoner snacks for Nikki and Kevin. Kevin and Nikki and Kevin. And they also got some ginger snaps because I made some ginger snaps and I didn't want them to go to waste.
They're good ginger snaps. There's one
This
still
is
on
the
the
last
desk.
half a ginger snap.
Oh,
That
you know,
isn't.
there's a half. That means it's mine, right? You left it for me?
I just needed a bite for
Oh,
now.
okay.
But yeah, you can have the other half.
So when Jasmine comes over next, you guys are making Christmas cookies, right? You see, I got the lights for Jasmine over there.
Yeah.
They're red and green.
No,
it's
when
coming up like
Jasmine
teal
comes-
on the camera, but it's green.
It
Trust
is
me.
green.
It's very green over here.
When Jasmine comes over, we're probably going to make some confetti cookies because I have an order.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a few orders pending, and I'm very excited. So pre-order only, $10 per dozen. Pinterest is my limits.
How have you been feeling? He meant to ask how you were feeling. Nick,
Oh.
Nick feels bad that he didn't ask how you were feeling.
Don't worry about it, Nick. I'm doing pretty good. It's a day-to-day, hour-to-hour thing, and right now I'm really fucking good. Thank you.
I'll worry about changing the lights back after the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'm feeling good enough that I'm back to cookies.
Yeah. Well, and you know, Brian was asking me how you were doing, and I said you were back to cookies, and I said, you know, it's giving you something to do instead of just sitting around and
Yeah.
you know, while I'm in here listening to the vinyl or out there playing Tony Hawk or in the booth recording whatever. So, you know, I'm glad you have something to keep your time occupied at least.
I just have to not get carried away because
Right.
I would make like 2 or 3 batches of cookies a day, except that I don't have people to eat all those cookies. And ideally, I would sell those cookies. But,
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited about making sugar cookies and gingerbread cookies and stuff, and all the cutout cookies, and you know,
I'm just waiting for Christmas cookies.
Christmas cookies. Well, Halloween cookies come first, so maybe we'll make Halloween cook. Maybe I'll make the dough for Halloween cookies.
You know what?
And
I'm
we
gonna
can cut out
I-
Halloween cookies,
I am-
Jasmine.
I am finalizing this right now.
What?
Halloween is canceled because they are not making Peeps.
What?
They're not making Peeps. There is no Halloween.
You mean Halloween peeps?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know. They
That-
they did a
that
thing
does
that they're not
bother
making
me.
Peeps. I don't know.
That does bother me a lot. You have Joe to eat those cookies. He can't eat that many cookies.
No, I'm more of a salty snack guy myself.
Well,
but,
that's why there's stoner snacks.
right, which are excellent.
But they go fast.
Yeah. You know what I like is those goo balls. You gotta make those.
Oh my god, the goo balls when I
I'll
used to
get
have
you
the
the shit
weed
for
butter.
those. I'll get you the stuff for that, but not the weed butter. I
Okay.
know. I probably know where I can get the weed butter, but
Have you been holding out on me?
no. But no. So like, I know people, but like they won't. I'm sure they won't deliver,
Oh.
and that's why I couldn't. Why I'm not like, oh, we should just ask so and so.
Okay.
So
We should have so-and-so, so...
Because we don't drive, and I don't think they would deliver, so...
Okay, well, that's reasonable enough.
Yeah.
Jasmine says peeps are nasty. Can I have yours? Green Jell-O cookies. I can make those.
Jasmine's over here saying that peeps are nasty when she eats fucking candy corn.
This is a good point.
Yeah.
Jasmine, do you want to make some candy corn cookies?
You.
Jasmine.
You guys can have all of those.
Jasmine. I know a 6-year-old boy who would eat some.
Karina's Cookies DoorDash to Middleport. Nick brings up lime Jello cookies, and it's like, damn, we were supposed to play with green Jello on Friday.
Yeah. Oh my God.
The show is still at the show. Like the event page is still up. There's not been any changes. There's nothing been announced. Mm-hmm. And when we asked, it was like, oh yeah, well, you know, October. Like, what about fucking October? Like the show's in September. What's October got to do with anything? So I don't, you know. You know, so as far as we know, there's no show on Friday at Montage with green Jello. So,
Right.
But there is a dinner experience, a dining experience, October 17th at Rapids Theater.
Right.
The Living Brain Dead will incidentally be there.
A lot of people will.
You know, if we, you know, we'll just happen to have our instruments, and if we happen to play, then you know, hey, cool. But you know. It's just a dinner party. Just a dinner party.
Nick, what about oatmeal chocolate chip cookies instead of oatmeal raisin?
Now we got to wait for a response because there's a slight delay before. Anyway.
You guys are getting goofy in the chat here.
I'll eat candy corn cookies. Is that what you would call it? Yeah. So. Anyway.
Yeah. But I don't know. What do you guys think is the best cookie in the chat there?
We'll let them come up with an opinion and post it after they finally hear what you asked.
Right.
Meanwhile, I'm sitting here like, you know, maybe I should just call Dell tomorrow and be like, guys, you're fucking Dell. Make me a goddamn laptop.
Yeah.
Like, why is it going to take you a month to ship me something you should already have? Like, why did you even have it on your website if you didn't have it in the first fucking place? Nick says no. Raisins are the best.
What about like cranberries instead of grapes, like, you know, craisins or whatever? Are you into that? I need to know.
These are questions when we were on Zoom with him you could have asked in real time.
Well, I didn't. So
we had
with
more
chocolate macadamia. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's the shit
white
right
chocolate
there.
Macadamia. I haven't fucked with white chocolate macadamia.
No, you haven't, and maybe you should. Macadamia nuts are like not cheap, but
no, but they are delicious.
Absolutely. You would have to like get the bag from me. So I would just eat the fucking nuts.
You could have what's left over.
Yeah.
You just said I would eat the fucking nuts.
Yes, I totally did. I absolutely did. Anyways. Are you against regular raisins?
I am not. I'm just curious about other things.
Yeah. I got to apologize if any of the music has been lower earlier in the show because we actually had to turn down the volume because our microphones were so hot.
Yeah.
And like they're at like the normal volume we have them turned to, and for whatever reason they were like just going like straight up into the red whenever we would talk. So we adjusted the microphones, and I think that adjusted the volume on the music as well. So
yeah.
That's pretty much it. I do love to eat the nuts.
He loves to eat the nuts. Why do you think he likes me so much? What you can't see through these leggings.
Jasmine is against regular raisins.
Oh my gosh, what you got against regular raisins, girl?
Who's against raisins? Raisins are great.
You know what makes me really love raisins? Is the California raisins. They're amazing musicians.
I need to start eating raisins, and I need to start getting back into exercising.
Okay, we can do this.
I'm, yeah. So like this chair is like rated for like 250 pounds. I'm like, I got like 45 pounds before now I'm at like 35 pounds till I hit that. So, like, God damn it. All right, I guess I'm going to have to start like fucking eating healthy and working, like exercising.
So maybe I'll take all that celery that's in the fridge and put some peanut butter on it and like leave it in the fridge for snacking.
Sure.
Or cream cheese. We have cream cheese.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with, you can make a cheesecake.
Well, no, the cream cheese is for cookies, but I'll have half a brick left over.
I'll buy some cream cheese. You make cheesecake.
Okay, I'll make cheesecake.
We do the pumpkin cheesecake again?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
Pumpkin
think
cheesecake.
we should be keeping pumpkin in the house from this point on in the season.
Yes, I agree.
Just in case, incidentally, something happens and we want a pumpkin cheesecake.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I want a pumpkin cheesecake.
I was in my memories the other day, and I came up with a pumpkin pecan cheesecake, and I'm like, ooh. Like, yeah, need to do that again. And now I got money to buy pecans, so I don't have to buy like diced pecans.
I don't know if we need pecans.
I don't know. I'd be down with that.
I'll do it for you.
Nick did 4 miles on his exercise bike today. Good, buddy.
Awesome.
I've been like my mindset has been like, man, I need a treadmill, and then I'm like, where the fuck am I gonna put a treadmill?
Right.
Like, I got no room.
I have an arcade machine. I don't have room for a treadmill.
I got no room in here as it is, and like we've already got Madison's room full of all storage stuff. So
yeah, that really sucks.
Because she's not been here since COVID. So
yeah, she's been outside, like not even to the porch.
Yeah.
She stood at the sidewalk.
She was at the curb, and I was on the porch. So.
Which is adorable.
Yeah, it was nice to see her, and then I got to see her again on her, for her birthday party or whatever. And then we've been talking a lot more, just via text, just kind of like, hey, look at this ridiculous thing you said a few years ago when you were like 6.
She was funny.
Oh yeah, no, it was like I put on an episode of SmackDown a few years ago, and it was like when they had the bunny and they had the matadors, and like the Wyatt family was like still a new thing. So they had a guy in a sheep mask. They had bullfighters hanging out with a little tiny bull and a giant bunny wrestling. And she's like, why do these guys want to kill each other? I don't get wrestling. Like, all that ridiculous crap you just saw? And that's what you don't get? Oh, he's got a collapsible, is it an exercise bike or a treadmill? So if we get a treadmill, like we can probably fold it up.
The thing with the treadmill is I can't use it.
No?
I get motion sick on a treadmill.
On a treadmill, okay.
Yes, I will.
That's why I can't play first-person shooters.
I can't either.
Yeah. So I was just talking to somebody the other day. I think I was talking to Brian, and he said I can't. I played Halo once, and I sucked at it, and I never played Xbox again because he's a PlayStation owner.
Okay.
So he's like, I played Halo once and I sucked at it and I got killed like many times and I never played Xbox again. And I'm like, dude, I can't even like try that.
Yeah.
Like ever since Doom, like I played the shit out of Doom and then I got like just really like shaky and like weak, like almost like my grandfather would get when he would have like an insulin attack or whatever. So I'm just like shaking and I'm like, what's going on with me now?
Yeah.
And like ever since then, anytime I play a first-person shooter, I get nauseous. Mm-hmm. And I thought this is like, okay, this is weird and this is a unique thing to me. No, it's actually not. It's actually caused by the same mechanism in your brain that causes seasickness.
Yeah.
Because of, like you have the image and you're moving on screen, but everything around it is still static. And that's kind of what causes seasickness is you see all the waves moving, but you're not moving.
Yeah.
So that's like if you're looking out the porthole or whatever. So it's kind of like, I can't do it. So I can deal with Minecraft. Nick said his kids play Minecraft. It makes him. I can deal with Minecraft, and I think that's like, I kind of made myself deal with Minecraft because Madison constantly was playing Minecraft, and like to a point where I had to make sure that only one of the controllers was charged because she would be like, "Dad, play Minecraft with me," and I'm like. I don't get this game. I don't like this game. It bores the piss out of me. I'm sorry, kid. I only got one charge. I'll sit here and watch you play.
Yeah.
And then I'll fall asleep because the music put me right the fuck to sleep in that game. But yeah, I can't do the third person games. It actually when the Simpsons game that EA did a few years ago came out, I was kind of getting that same sensation playing that, and it's an over the shoulder game. It's not a third person or a first person game.
It's the same kind of deal though.
But it is pretty much. But I like made myself get over it and play it. But yeah, I just like couldn't do those like. And I've since played Doom since then. Like the original Doom, and I'm just like, all right, I'm going to try to do this, but I'm going to like play it in moderation. I'm not going to sit here and play a whole campaign, play through the whole damn game. I'm going to play until like I start feeling a little nauseous, and I'll be like, all right, let me stop. And I can do it for a little longer now than I used to be able to do. Okay. Because it used to be like I put the game on, I play for like 5 minutes, I'm like, I got to stop. Yeah. And now I can play for maybe like a half an hour. But it's still like I can't do it. But
it's not really worth it at that point.
No, I mean, I think I've gotten better at it at doing that. But it is exactly the same mechanism that causes seasickness that causes people who can't play third party games to get nauseous like that.
You know what?
So now I'm like, I'm never going on a fucking boat.
Yeah. You know what game it was for me that like got me sick repeatedly, and I finally figured out like I can't play first person shooters? It was Chex Quest. It came with a
I know what you're talking about.
It came with a box of cereal.
Yeah.
It was a PC game.
I never played it, but I know what you're talking about.
It was a really fun game.
Really
wanted to play.
The only game I ever got off, and we gotta wrap this up soon because it's a long song, but the only game I ever really played that came off a cereal box was I got a demo of like the Scrabble PC game, and I was like, yeah, Scrabble, all right. Yeah. So we got one more song for you guys. This is Voice of Dissent, and this song is called Revenge, and we'll see you next week right here on All WNY, Think So Joe Show.
Associations not previously mentioned, I'd like to welcome you to the end of the line. A recurring nightmare of catatonic witness to a concluding purgatory. It's the final stop, and this train shows no intentions of slowing as it approaches a dead end that lies just ahead. All the passengers seem to be unconscious and unaware of the impending doom, so we're left with two options. Either burn in a fiery crash or leave once and for all and take back the lives they stole from us and take back what's ours by any means necessary.
While you're speaking about the war, Dr. King, why are you joining the voices of dissent? The voices of dissent. The voices of dissent.
future. Bearing the truth. We're running around the world again, toppling governments and erecting regimes. New self was story, eyewitnesses still present through the world through a smear campaign. Lost in the crisis. So many ways could go down, but there's only one way out. We gotta tear them down, clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. Only one way out. We gotta tear them down, clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. They're at the negotiating table. Going nowhere, so now it's blood for blood. Clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. There's only one way out. We gotta tear them down. Clean out the house, then burn it to the ground. We gotta burn them down. We gotta burn them down. We gotta burn them down.
More inmates means more money.
I don't believe you need 40,000 or 30,000 ventilators.
Consciously mishandling toxic chemicals for the sake of profits and taking advantage of their victims. For the sake of profits, for the sake of profits, for the sake of profits, for the sake of profits.
What they took from us, you can't even salvage it. Think of what could have been while building the palaces. Hear all the pain they caused, feel the joy missed out on, indulgence at our expense. Now all I want, revenge! 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 I don't just want change, I want revenge. I don't just want change, I want revenge. I want revenge. I want revenge. I want revenge. Now I want revenge. 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 I want revenge. Restore lives, they just restore faith in liars. And now we've passed the point where we'll settle for diplomatically taking you out of power. We've all had to suffer under punishment mentality and the lesson of eye for an eye.
Peaceful revolution.